All right, starting July out on a high note. So this is the framework from this morning for the trade that I took. Pretty much just the opposite of my buy setup. So I have my London range. I'm looking for a liquidity grab either at market open or at news. And in this case, I was looking for a liquidity raid on London high, and I'll show you why. And I'm looking for some type of market structure shift or a way to get me into that short position. And then I'm looking to target either London range low or the low of a news that happened in the morning. Okay, so coming into the day for July 1st, we had Jerome Powell speaking at 9:30, and then we had job openings at 10 a.m. So this is the chart that I had in the morning. What I noticed right off was my London session low was already taken out at 5:45. All right. I also noticed that we had a fair value gap from the 1 hour chart above London session high on S&P. And so as I hit play, I will mark out the times of the news event, and then I'll show you where my entry came in, and then I'll show you the recording of that trade this morning at the very end of this breakdown. All right. So as I hit play, I'm just going to go 2 candles forward. That would be 9:30. So right here, this was Jerome Powell speaking at market open. As you can see, we're still just floating around the lows here. Because London session low has already been taken out, normally I just draw a new line on the low, which would have been here. And I'll do that on both markets. And then I do that again at the very low. The lowest point from the morning is 8:15. So I would have been looking for a raid on the 8:15 low if I was looking for a buy setup. But in this case, that didn't happen. I'm just going to go forward another 2 candles to 10 a.m. All right. At 9:45, you can see just how close we come up to London session high. But look at it on NASDAQ here on the right. It's much weaker in relation to the S&P. So if I go another candle, at 10 a.m., this was job openings, and we had equal highs here with London session high. So at
take a look.
Looks like got an alarm here. At 10 a.m., we had equal highs on S&P, but you can see just how far away we are from the same level on NASDAQ. So this is what led me to want to focus my attention on S&P for a potential short trade. The very next candle gave me the liquidity grab here. And within this 15-minute candle is where I got my entry. So if I drop down to the 5-minute, all right, you can see price goes above London session high, goes into the 1 hour fair value gap. And at 10:20, I got a bearish engulfing. And from here, I dropped down to the 1 minute, and I was looking for where I wanted to take my entry. I did not like this fair value gap here that was created at 10:22. This was a little bit too low for me as far as an entry because I was looking to cover the extreme high. So instead, what I noticed was back on the 5-minute, I had this inversion fair value gap that was created at 10:15. I went ahead and I drew that out, and I set my sell limit on that level, covering the high, and then I targeted 3R to the downside. Now, after covering that high, I needed to get below this order block here. And this did cause some problems for me, but eventually it did melt. And I'm just going to draw out the low right here. This is what I needed to see broken. All right, so let's see when I got my entry. Entry comes in within the 10:30 candle on the 5-minute chart. And from there, I was just waiting for the trade to play out. Okay, as you can see, before the target was hit, take a look at how that block supported price here. Okay, so you can see price digs into this order block. There is a reversal here, but fortunately, price continued to go lower to seek liquidity under these swing lows, and I was able to get out of my trade. Take a look at how the low at 11:10 matches up with the low on NASDAQ. NASDAQ goes into a daily imbalance, whereas S&P is taking out the lows from news. Okay, so that was my trade from this morning, and here is the replay.